they allotted $1,000, then this costs $1,200. And if that difference is there, then that's the only thing you would be liable for, right? On the other hand, you know, sometimes it kind of works out because these people pay for so many different things under the laws that we have to actually take a look. That way we have a good understanding of, you know, what the costs are, right? But I want you to keep in mind that the estimates that are being written exactly for what you had.
Okay.
Whatever changes we make, that's between me and you with whatever money's being paid out, okay?
Okay.
So it's kind of like, because let's face it, you may not want light green, you might want beige, or you know, or you may want a different floor. This is the time we'll discuss all that, okay? So in here, he basically owes you we're gonna be repairing the vanity, and then basically, we're gonna be putting in new floorings, baseboards, and then in here, obviously, the drywall, the painting, and, you know, because you had vinyl there, that's what he'll be paying for in there. So, in coming in here, this is all going to go out, okay? This carpeting is all coming out, being trashed, and so you're getting new carpet in here, okay? And then because you have a flow through, it means that, hey, he's gonna be paying for this carpet, okay? What does that mean to you is that he will only pay up to the doorways.
Yep.
Okay. Did he explain that to you?
Yeah, well, I think you're, I think.
Darren, maybe?
Darren, yes,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
He explained that.
Okay. And then we're going down the stairs with new carpet as well.
Okay.
Because of what was damaged in here, last I spoke with him, that's why it's important that I get a copy of the estimate, because sometimes, you know, you miss something. This area will also get painted out.
Okay.
Okay, and I want to make sure, because that's what I discussed with him,
Okay.
because of the downstairs, the paint flows, right?
Right.
So we want to make sure that, hey, you know, if he says, no, we're only going to stop here, whatever, we'll decide that, you know.
Okay.
What they pay and what we do will be two different things, okay?
Okay.
So are we good here? Any questions?
No.
We're good?
Yeah.
Okay, come on downstairs.
Okay.
Down here,
Okay,
it's a
done.
little bit different. Because in here, we have to go ahead and remove the remaining carpets. The drywall has to get replaced, but not before we put in all the insulation, because those are insulated walls.
Yep.
These are not, but those are.
Yep.
Okay, so then obviously carpeting, baseboards, what he's paying for. Same thing in the pantry area, and same thing in the kitchen area.
Okay.
Okay, now when he gets to the kitchen area, they're only going to go ahead and replace the cabinet or reset the cabinet. I can't remember what he's paying for there. And so consequently, we'll see what he pays and then what we'll do.
Okay.
In that, this was all addressed with him.
Okay.
So we don't have any issues there.
And then
And the
time.
tokens great.
Huh?
The tokens are great.
Yeah.
Okay. I looked at that and I said, are they missing? You know, okay. So same scenario in here. Now, when we get to there, he's paying you for new carpet. Okay. This is all coming out. So you get new carpet, and you're getting new carpet all the way to here.
Okay.
Okay. The only one thing that was not addressed with him was the tile work.
Okay.
But because he's on vacation, I don't foresee a problem.
Okay.
But yeah.
We'll probably hold off on that until he.
Yeah. I mean, it's a matter of getting things scheduled and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm not terribly concerned. I just, if it comes a point where we need to take a decision, and then I can either go to Carlos or Chaz, or his boss, and I know them all because we do so many. So yeah, they don't let a file just drop because somebody's on vacation.
Okay.
So, and if that's the case, we'll talk about tile because I'm sure there's a whole lot nicer tile out there than this.
Yeah.
To where, okay?
Okay.
All right. Any questions on that?
I wasn't sure about like the area across from the pantry, if that was gonna be addressed or if that's just
Which-
staying as is. Like the little, I don't know what you call it. Butler something,
Oh, Butler's, yeah. Okay, so I haven't seen his, estimate,
Okay.
but everything in this area all dried out fine.
or? Okay.
So then that's why there was no demos done to
Okay,
it.
gotcha. I
But
figured that'd be the case, but
Yeah.
just wanted to check.
แล้วข้างล่าง
but I don't
ข้างล่าง
know because sometimes, we'll tell them something and they figure, oh, do this or paint that,
Okay.
and so because I don't have that, see, like when we generally paint cabinetry, we usually paint cabinetry all of it,
Yeah.
And not having seen his paperwork, I don't know if he's just paying here only. If he is, then I gotta call him and tell him,
Gotcha.
hey, Chaz, you know what? I can't just paint one cabinet; they're not gonna match,
Yeah.
And so they make adjustments, okay?
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
that's all called supplemental.
Okay.
So I'm really hurting to see that.
Yep.
And then other than that, we can get going.
Yeah.
Now, here's the situation where it starts getting a little more technical because do your parents own the house or do
Yeah.
they have a mortgage?
They own the house. They
Oh,
have a
mortgage,
very
yeah.
small mortgage left. Yeah.
Okay, this is good. Because if you have a large mortgage, then the bank wants to get involved because they're
Gotcha.
basically
It's their
they're the
property
owners,
too.
yeah,
Probably, yeah.
they're the owners of the property,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So when you talk to them, because you're going to receive a check and it'll
Okay.
have the bank's name on it, the mortgage holder's name on it.
Okay.
อ๋อ
Okay, so this is part of this world where you need to make a special phone call
Gotcha.
to not the bank, but the mortgage division.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
mortgage is a bank
Yeah, you're like the whatever bank
Fargo.
yeah, Wells Fargo or
Okay.
whatever mortgage division. Yeah.
yeah, because they have a special division and it's huge because you can imagine and
Yeah.
they call it the claim center.
Yeah.
And so what happens there is that you report, hi, how you doing? I had water damage and basically the insurance company has included you in the check. I need to get things going. The contractors are, wanting funds to be released. And so then right there, they start giving you, they open up, it's like an account, right? Then they're going to tell you, send me the check.
Okay.
It's got to be endorsed by them. They'll give you all
Yeah.
the facts. Make sure it's endorsed. I mean, I've had it where, because they don't do it like the next day. They
Yeah.
take like 2 weeks to do anything.
Gotcha. Okay.
So, if it's got to be endorsed, sent to them. It goes into a special account. And then what they do is they draw monies out of there, boom, send it for
Okay.
you to give to us to buy
Yeah.
anything and everything we need.
Gotcha.
Okay. Every bank is a little different,
Uh-huh.
so just pay attention to what they're telling you
Okay.
because we don't have control over that.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So I guess timeline on that, like, sounds like it's dependent on like how quickly we can get that resolved, like with the mortgage department. Or
Well, we
whatever.
don't actually wait for them,
Okay.
unless they tell you, "Hey, I won't be out there for 2 months." Then
Yeah.
obviously, but it's generally a reasonable time.
Okay.
So that's why we depend on the customer to tell us, "Hey, look, they said that they want to see it."
Yeah.
Okay, well, if they want to see it, I can't do nothing.
Yeah.
Or if they say, "Hey, Eddie, you know what? They said send them the check and that they forward us X amount." Oh, okay. Well, we're all on the same
Yeah.
page. I start sending people. I'm not going to hold off the
Okay.
job because by the time that comes in, it just keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
It only becomes convoluted when they have special guidelines. And you said that you had what bank?
Wells Fargo.
Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo is one of the better ones.
Okay. That's good.
In fact, I've had Wells Fargo, and you bring this up that they have a small mortgage amount,
Yeah.
okay? Because that means a lot to the banks.
Yeah.
And so they'll do like a little study, and sometimes they'll say, go down to 6th Street and we'll endorse the check.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if that's the case, boy, then
A lot
let's
easier.
move.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know. But if not, if you have to go through the mortgage department and all that, we gotta do what we gotta do.
Okay. Okay. And then so I think one thing that we were talking about, like I know obviously like logistics of like which carpet and stuff like that, or like
Me
how
and her, me
all
and
of that.
her will.
Okay.
Well, me, her, you. And
No, I mean
you
whatever
know,
she wants.
we'll
is
sit
fine.
down, and
Okay.
it's the choices that she picks. I don't
Okay.
live here. You know?
Yeah.
She's got to be happy with what's on her floor.
Yeah.
아,
Okay.
Okay. And for that, let me tell you, if we're going waterproof flooring and all that, we distribute that.
Okay.
So that's not an issue. We can bring samples, or she can come down and you know, I mean, that can be done simple. If
Okay.
it's tile, obviously we can't carry around tile. We would meet her at the tile store, and they're very close. They're right there in Norco, right there for the 15 and Hidden Valley. There's
the
tile.
floor decor.
Yeah,
floor
floor
decor.
Yeah.
Floor and decor is really good for tile,
Yeah.
but when it comes to laminates and all that, they're horrible. But
아,
yeah, so but we do want to stick to the actual tile for
Gotcha.
because they beat everybody.
Okay.
I mean, you just can't compete that.
Okay.
아,
You know. So and when it comes to carpeting, our local store that we utilize is Sid's Carpet, and they've been in business for over 50 years.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we'll go in there and we stay within budget. That way we don't incur different costs.
Yeah. Yeah. I think.
so the carpet is cheapest one or
What's
the
that?
carpet gonna be cheapest one?
No, it depends on what Chaz allows for your carpet. Because our computer has the ability to break. See, we use what's called unit pricing. So it might say $389 a foot, but it's not $389 a foot. It's $389 includes the installation labor and all that. So we have the ability to say, okay, this is what it. And if it's too cheap by comparison to what's here, then we call them up. Hey, Chaz, you know, we need to
Okay.
make some sort of an adjustment because it's different. Right?
Okay.
And then obviously it's always up to them because you got the checkbook, but
Right.
But yeah, so it's not the cheapest one. But I will say that your carpet is not the best one in town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a inferior grade carpet. You know,
Okay.
so.
So I guess in terms of next step, you're reaching out to chats or the insurance
No,
company?
basically, I'm just in that respect. I'm just going to get the estimate, review it, and if it's like 80% or 90% in line,
Yeah.
I'm just going to call and say, hey, let's move forward
Yeah.
because that 20 can be worked out when he gets in. Or if it's something more urgent, then I would call his boss, and I know them. It's not like I'm calling him.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah,
but
it's just like
in
while
that
he's out,
way.
obviously.
Yeah.
So we have to wait until they approve, correct?
They've
Well,
already
he's
approved.
gonna.
Ah.
They're already.
They've already approved.
Yeah.
아,
See, they already called me and they said, Eddie, if they want to move forward, I'm going to go ahead and get some monies out to them so that you guys can get started, right?
아,
And you should have received that already.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah,
did,
yeah.
We did.
Okay.
I think he was explaining like which part because I know like we have to pay like pack out people too.
Okay.
So I think he was itemizing that a little bit.
Yeah, so I'm not sure if he included our bill in there because he asked me to get a document that I've been.
Yeah, I think I spoke
Sign.
with someone in your office.
Yeah.
And mentioned that if
Yeah,
you
so
get
I'll get that now.
adjustment,
And
yeah.
so what happens is that we've already sent it and they've already approved it, but they want your permission to
Yeah.
release those funds.
Yeah.
So our portion may not be on that estimate,
Yeah.
and that's what I need to know.
Yeah, I think that might be separate. I think it might be for the actual rebuild portion. Yeah.
Okay, so now we got to look at that rebuild portion
Yeah.
and see if they've included these people's monies in there.
Gotcha. Okay.
He may have, just made that kind of a settlement. Sometimes they do. They'll put the water and the contents and this and that.
Yeah.
But then they cut the checks separately so that I'd hate for him to put everything on one because then it's a chore having to separate everything.
Yeah. I mean, not too big of a deal for us, but
Yeah.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think one thing is we'll be out next week for vacation, so
Okay.
just wanted to kind of settle as much as possible before we leave because I know sometimes there's gonna be lags between like ordering materials or whatnot.
Yeah. In
So
your
just
case,
wanna make
it's
sure
not that much.
Okay.
In your case, it's not that much.
Okay.
And if you guys are going to be gone, what we would be waiting on is if they said okay on the tile, I'm going to select the tile.
Yeah.
아,
Okay.
오케이.
You know.
So we
Well,
just go to select first then.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Make
Well,
decision
then after
and
they
Yeah,
look after they
yeah.
look at stuff.
but
So
Uh-huh.
what
my
was the
interest is
waiting?
to get in here and do the drywall is the biggest portion, you know,
Gotcha.
the job
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah.
And that's the one that we want to get in and, you know, get going. So,
Okay.
and they said they're gonna remove this one too. Is
What's that?
staying from here?
no,
They won't remove?
no, it won't be removed.
Oh.
It's going to be sealed and painted. Because
Sealed
things
and
get wet, don't mean that you have to tear them out. That's the whole job of mitigating, you know.
Uh-huh.
Hey, it looks horrible, this, that, but then if it becomes dry and takes a repair, then not a problem. In that case, over there was no repair. I had to
Yeah.
come down, you know.
Yeah.
But everything will be addressed accordingly, so we should be good.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
All
So
right.
you said about upstairs that you have to repaint. Is that it's gonna repaint out to the doorway too or no?
Which hallway?
Uh,
Okay.
Cái ra rằng
Yes.
I told them that.
But we have to check.
But once I see the estimate,
Yeah.
I'll take a look.
Oh, they not give any estimate yet, right? Did they give like a
Yeah,
detail?
they gave you guys an estimate, but because he left on vacation, he didn't send it to me.
Oh.
Well, you'll
I
double.
didn't. I need to double check because I thought it was just a note of like this is how much for like the different pieces.
Okay,
So I didn't think that was the case, but yeah.
okay. I have your best number, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So last week must have been a bad day. 'cause
Yeah,
a bad
there's
week.
a lot going on at work.
Okay. Okay. So what I'll do is any information I gather, like if they say, okay, yeah, Eddie, here you go, and we'll work on email and stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because if I get it, I'll just forward you a copy.
Yep.
And I can go over the stuff with you.
Okay.
Yeah. So I don't have a problem with that. Now, because you're leaving for out of town, are we gonna be okay to work here while you guys are gone, or how are we doing this?
You probably let us talk. Because ideally, like, you know, there's still a lot of stuff in the house so we like to be around, but don't want to hold the job up for a week too. So
Okay, so let me explain something that might put your mind at ease. My crews all work for me.
okay.
Other companies, they hire as they need, not us. Okay, everybody works for me, so we don't go into areas we don't need to go into.
Okay.
Yeah.
That we're licensed, bonded, and everything else.
Oh, okay.
And then if you have a concern because you may have jewelry or something of an heirloom or whatever, take that with you.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. We'll see if we can, you know, kind of move things around so that you guys can continue while we're out.
Yeah.
But we'll keep you posted on that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because like I said, the issue there is the drywall.
Yeah.
Because once we get past the drywall, then hey, we can go to town on anything else. you know.
Gotcha. Okay.
But that one, the more it gets delayed, the worse it gets because then there's drywall jobs all over the place, and
Oh.
what we don't want to do is wait
Yeah.
and then have to wait some more just because it's not on the schedule. So,
Yeah.
but if you tell me, hey, look, we're only going to be leaving for this, I can even do that. Put it on the schedule for that. But you,
Yeah, because we're only gonna be out for a few days next week. Because I don't think you guys work the weekends anyway, right?
Well, when it comes to drywalling, sometimes we have to.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, when it comes to drywalling, sometimes we have to because the drywall portions, once it gets started, it's a situation that it's got to be push.
Gotcha.
Um,
Because how long does that typically take?
I would think that with all the drywall that you have here, it's going to be a 3 to 4 day job.
Okay.
More of a 4 day job. You got to texture everything
Okay.
out.
Okay.
You know, the intent is to make sure that everything looks, you know, good.
The same.
And yeah, and because you have rounded corners, it always takes longer.
Okay.
You know, and then when we do the texturing, we have to make darn sure that. This was a concern. I asked them why did they leave those?
Yeah, I'm not sure. They left a lot of boxes, but I wasn't sure why.
Okay. Because I asked Chaz that. I said, I thought you paid them for a pack out.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, we weren't very happy with the pack out people, to be honest. So a number of things, but
Yeah, and I told him that. I said, you know, your mom was a bit upset about it. And I said,
Yeah.
So you may want to talk to him. And I don't know if you discussed anything from anyone. And I also told him about those pieces that
Yeah.
you mentioned that got damaged and your refrigerator.
yeah. Yeah, I think my brother talked to Chaz a little bit on that, but yeah, I think,
Because Chad told me that he would address that directly.
yeah.
He says, thank you for the heads up. He says, I had no idea because they didn't tell him anything.
Yeah, like we weren't sure because like, you know, we were going to get like a bunch of paperwork and like I haven't heard back from them, so it, you know, was just a bit of a disconnect, but
Or did you get any paper that you moved what we moved there?
So, what were you doing?
ตาละไง
เอาขยะออกมา
ว่า
You know what's funny about that is that that stuff has been there for 300 years.
Yeah.
We sometimes
when we see it, you get oh my gosh.
you know, customer called me one time because I was doing underneath the stairs. We cut the wall, this and that. And I was like, hey, your man's drinking on the job. My man don't drink on the job. And what it was is that when we built the house,
oh, like he was, yeah.
and it was funny because one of our guys says, yeah, I had a beer from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
But yeah, so anyway.
Yeah, because we, yeah, I wanted to see timeline, and you know, my mom is, you know, ready to
Oh yeah.
back in, so
Yeah. Well, the longer we wait, the longer it gets.
Yeah.
แล้วนี่ก็ต้องทำให้เราไหมที่มันรั่วถ้ามันเบรกเนี่ย
what?
เดี๋ยวเขาซ่อมนิดหน่อยไม่ต้องถามหรอก
Probably not.
You know,
เปลี่ยนเป็นกระเบื้องหมดเลย
I think that your mom would be better served if they end up paying for the tile
Yeah,
to do everything on it.
yeah. I think that would probably be ideal, but we'll see.
You know, because if they pay like for waterproof, or you know, in the exchange of dollars, there should be. If he pays for the tile, there will be plenty of it to where then, you know, adding up carpet and all this, we can do it. This thing just becomes one massive area because
Yeah.
it's not broken.
Yeah, like the open floor type concept.
And,
Yeah.
and what's good about today's waterproof flooring is that if you spill water or anything, it's antimicrobial. You
Yeah.
just clean it up. You're good.
You mean the PVC one, right?
Yeah, it's. Don't get confused because some of it is PVC, but true SPC is vinyl with cement board and pad all included. It's not PVC, so it's a better product.
Oh,
It's a denser product. Because there's a lot of people making imitation SPC. It's they're trying to reinvent what. Hey, here's this guy that came out with a superb product, but I can't do the same because he's got a patent, you know. And so yeah, it was a very good product.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
sounds good. I guess just keep us posted. We'll wait to hear back from you
Yes.
on, I guess, next steps, and then we should be around. I think my parents work a few days this week, but we should be somewhat available
Okay.
to.
If everything goes correct, we should be able to get started probably by this coming Tuesday.
Oh, it's next week.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
to speed it up at this point would be kind of silly because I don't have the estimate and you haven't called the bank. And so, I mean, we could, but we'd be working in the air without knowing.
Okay.
I just want to know how far off they may be.
Gotcha. Okay.
And if he's got his scope, not dollars, but if his scope is recognized, all that needs to be done in there,
Yeah.
and there's nothing to discuss, yeah, we can move forward.
Okay. Okay.
Okay?
Okay. That sounds good.
The only other thing I would bother you for is that paper I got sent to them.
Yep.
And that's this one here. And What this does, it just releases the funds for what we've
Yeah, I think
done.
that the person was gonna send us a copy of the estimate or whatever cost from. We just wanted to see from like kind of the mitigation.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have that with you by chance.
That one I don't, but I can have the office just send that to you.
Okay.
And I believe that they sent you a DocuSign.
Yeah, they
On
sent
this?
us DocuSign on this. I was like, I just feel more comfortable to look at.
Sure.
the
That's what I'm
estimate
saying.
first,
So if for some reason, so if we're not gonna do it now, then basically once, in fact, let me call her up real quick because she might have done that for you already. I'm just not sure. And then we're done for right now.
Okay, awesome.
Okay.
แล้วเราต้องไปเลือกพื้นตอนนี้เลย
Am I saying that
เออ
right?
เธอถามมาเสร็จแล้ว
Yeah, that's my dad.
ฮะว่าไง
เพิ่มออก
Hi, Liz.
ถ้าเขามาวันอังคาร
เราไม่อยู่เนี่ยก็ให้เขาเปิดร้าน
And
เขามาท
so
หรือว่าจะให้เปลี่ยนเขาเปลี่ยนไปอาทิตย์หน้า
ำอาทิตย์หน้า
the following week อะหลังจากเรากลับ
I
มา
wasn't sure. I couldn't answer. Was she says that she had
อย่าให้เขามาตอนที่เราหยุดใช่ไหม
utilization bill.
Yeah,
ก็วันที่สองเราก็กลับมา
Yeah.
เราไปไม่กี่วันนี่
วันที่สองกลับมา
Right. So
ไม่รู้
ไม่นี่หมายถึง
แต่ว่าต้อง
Okay.
ต้องหาคนมา
เราไม่มีคนไง
you just get a DocuSign.
ที่ไว้ใจได้เท่าเหมือนมันนะ
Yeah.
เราไม่มีคน
ดูเหมือนมันไว้ใจได้
เราไม่มีคนที่จะไปคุยกับ
พี่กลัวพี่กลัวว่าถ้าบอกว่าคนมาใหม่เนี่ยแล้วมันไม่ใช่คนของ
Okay.
เป็นแค่คอนแทคเตอร์แล้วก็ไม่รับผิดชอบแบบซวย
ทำไม่ดีด้วยอะแล้วมันจะยากกว่าที่จะเอาเงินคืนจากเชิญเขาใจ
All
ไหม
right.
แล้วก็เอารถ
Thank you.
เอารถเข้าอินชัวรันของมันนี้เอ๊ะ
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works, though.
โอเคไว้เดี๋ยวไว้คุยกันละกัน
เดี๋ยวค่อยคุย
Yeah, actually, is there any way we can postpone for it to start like the following week instead after
Sure.
the holiday?
Sure.
Because then I think we'll be back and then obviously.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, perfect.
No, we'll start whenever you're ready. You
Okay.
know, it's just I hear.
Yeah, because then that way
Wanted
we can take care of kind of.
Oh, and that time you know about the tire too, right?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. The only reason I'm here is because I know that she was saying I'm tired of
Yeah,
it,
yeah.
and I don't want her to think that we're not ready for it. So,
Yeah.
But as far as if you guys aren't ready for it, then no problem. You know,
Okay.
the whole end thing here is that everybody be happy with the.
Yeah,
end
yeah.
product.
Okay.
Other thing is that in terms of a pick up pick the kind of the floor.
Yes.
Is it take long to order or do we need to order beforehand or
Okay, so it depends on what.
or we wait for the insurance to give us what we cover?
No. And as far as flooring is readily available.
Oh.
If we go with laminate or SPC,
Existing, yeah.
okay. If we go with tile, that one we have to ask the store. Hey, do you have
Gotcha.
enough of it? You know, and if not, let's just move on to another one because
okay.
you know.
Yeah.
Carpets are something that same thing. You know, if you pick a carpet that you really like and you want to wait, then that's fine. But if it's available, it's ordered.
Okay.
How many
So
square
you said
footage?
that part will probably not take very long.
No, I haven't had because most people don't do that. You know, I only had one customer. She liked this carpet that came from back east, and she waited a month and a half, and I'm like, no, you know, but some people do, you know. But the majority of it, if this is not around for a month, well, show me something similar that I may like and that's available, and
Yeah.
In terms of SPC,
yes.
is
SPC is a very, very good floor.
uh-huh.
In fact, you're handy with.
If I for some reason if I pick SPC, is the cost is it equal with the
If we combine tiled areas and carpeting, you should be good. If you do carpet only, the cost of the carpet only for then SPCs. But because they paid more for that'll outweigh
okay.
So
How many square footage down here? You know?
It's on the estimate.
Yeah.
I have it on the estimate, but I'll also shoot you a link to our construction site page, and then maybe you can just walk them through it because it's got a neat little thing here for her to kind of visualize things.
Yep.
And so, if she wanted to see, like, we'll wait for a second, and I'll just show you what we're talking about. Okay, so if she wanted to see what that would look like if she went with SPC everywhere,
Gotcha.
okay,
Oh.
you know,
Yeah.
okay.
Gotta love technology nowadays.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
this is
see
good.
how, yeah, and if you don't like that floor, you can just go, well, let me see how it looks like
Wow,
that,
this is
okay?
good.
So, okay, all right, so the reasoning behind this is that you now have tile and you have carpet, and you know what that looks like.
Yeah.
But this allows you, you know, I was telling you, if you did that, it makes the rooms just flow through. And
Yeah.
So this is good. I'll shoot you
How about the
They're paying for that, yes, but they won't pay for the rooms.
Yeah.
no? How about this one? Is it possible if I pick this SPC? Is it possible to do the ladder too?
Okay,
The
so
stairs.
for stairs can get very costly because the material for it has to have bull nose on it.
Oh,
I will quote it that way, and then we'll quote it with good carpet and see where we're at,
Okay.
and then you guys can decide.
Gotcha.
Because the stairs are really expensive. It's a
Yeah.
special piece that has to be full.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, to do it like in the old days where you put molding, that looks ugly.
Yeah.
You know, but so now they came up with what's called end cap. It's a big piece that just wraps
Oh, okay.
around,
Yeah.
but it is costly.
Okay.
You know, and you would have to take a look.
Okay. That sounds good. คงไม่ต้องทำจะขึ้นข้างบนเนาะข้างล่าง
Yeah.
แล้วข้างบนก็ carpet
Yeah.
Okay.
Upstairs we put all carpet. That's good.
yeah
Yeah, and upstairs it's up to you guys what you want to do.
Okay.
You know what we do for the majority of the people is we'll put SPC, and then carpeted.
so it sounds like the first thing that we're probably going to do in the house is all the drywall stuff and not anything cosmetic so it doesn't really matter like in terms of like picking things for a little while
That's right.
okay that sounds good
And I would want it that way anyway, because if you pick a gray floor and you have a tan, I don't
Yeah,
know, you know,
yeah.
so let's work on that one.
okay perfect
Because if you say, Eddie, let's paint this light gray
yeah
with white baseboards and a light gray floor, well then that's a good combination. But
Yeah.
as it stands right now with these colors,
the color's not going to match anything good
you know, okay?
okay sounds good
Okay, so I already told Liz to go ahead and send that to you.
Perfect.
Keep in mind to do that as soon as possible.
yep
because
yep
I gotta put my
yeah I understand
Okay,
Thank you.
but yeah, it was sent and approved by them, so
Okay.
all they have to do is have your permission to release the funds. to
Perfect.
us. Okay?
thank you so
Thank
much
you,
Ed.
No problem. Any other questions or
For now, no.
no
you good?
yeah
Okay.
Thank
All
you so
right.
much.
Okay, no problem. Bye bye.
Bye.
Have a good day.
You too.